Good day, everyone. This is the continuation of trigonometry. Our focus today will be on sine rule and cosine rule. Then I will talk briefly on areas of triangle. This area may look not very important, but by the time you listen, I'm sure that you understand better and you'll be able to answer questions correctly as far as these topics or subtopics are concerned. Now, sine rule. There are some things I want you to know about sine rule. The first thing I would like you to know that before you can use sine rule or cosine rule, when the triangle is not a right angle triangle. You remember in the trigonometry 1, I discussed mainly on right angle triangle, but in case you are dealing with a triangle and that triangle is not a right angle triangle, what do? When you want to find the sides on the angle of triangle and the triangle is not right angle triangle, you use sine rule or cosine rule. Now, I want to discuss sine rule. In sine rule, if you see you look at the triangle you have on the screen, I have angle A, angle B, and angle C, which I use capital letter to represent. Then I have the length A, length B, and length C, which I use small letter to represent. Now, the relationship between angle A and length A is that length A faces angle A, that length B faces angle B, and length C faces angle C. Now, when you have this, when you want to use sine rule, you can say A over sine A is equal to B over sine B is equal to C over sine C. But these three, you cannot use the three together at the same time. You can only use either A over sine A is equal to B over sine B, or B over sine B is equal to C over sine C, or A over sine A is equal to C over sine C. Anytime they ask you a question, it's like you are dealing with 4 parameters, A, sine A, B, sine B. You will have only one unknown at a time. Assuming A is the one you are looking for, you must have sine A, B, and sine B. Then you'll be able to find A. Likewise, if you have B and C, or you have A and C. I will give an example on this later. Now, cosine rule. Cosine rule is similar to sine rule, but they are not exactly the same thing. As I explained earlier on, we have angle A, B, C, which are in capitals, and length A, B, C, which I use small letter to represent. Now, when you have it like this, you can use, anytime you want to use cosine rule, you have 3 different conditions. When you are looking for A or angle A, you use a particular one, which is A square is equal to B square plus C square minus 2BC cos A. If you are looking for either length B or angle B, you use B square is equal to A square plus C square minus 2AC cos B. If you want to do angle C or length C, you use C square is equal to A square plus B square minus 2AB cos C. But assuming you want to find the angle A, for example, from the first one I gave you, A square is equal to B square plus C square minus 2BC cos A, you can rearrange by making 2BC cos A the subject, by bringing 2BC cos A to the other side and bring A square to the right side, bringing 2BC cos A to the left side of the equal sign and A square to the right side of the equal sign thus. By the time you bring it, you become 2BC cos A is equal to B square plus C square minus A square. Then you can divide both sides by 2BC. Then you have cos A is equal to B square plus C square minus A square all over 2BC. Then you can take cos to the other one. Then you have A is equal to a cos of B square plus C square minus A square all over 2BC. By the time we want to give examples onto this, I will shed more light so that you know how to tackle when you have questions to solve. Examples. Now, in the first example, you will discover that I have angle 122 and length 15, and also I have angle 33 and K. Now, if you think of all these methods, sine rule and cosine rule I mentioned, you can only use one of them. Now, if I look at this, I have 15, an angle that faces it. I have K, an angle that faces it. So what do? This one, I will use sine rule. So using sine rule, I can say K over sine 33 is equal to 15 over sine 122. Then I cross multiply. But before I continue, if you write it down, sine 33 over K is equal to sine 122 over 15, you get the same answer. It's the same thing. It's the arrangement that is not exactly the same thing if I compare the two. Now, this one I'm solving, K over sine 33 is equal to 15 over sine 122. I will cross multiply. If I cross multiply, I will have K sine 122 is equal to 15 sine 33. Then I can divide both sides by sine 122. You know it's K I want to find. So I have K is equal to 15 sine 33 all over sine 122. Now, if I put this in my calculator and I divide, I will get the value of K, which is equal to, K is equal to 9.63. Approximately, I can say to the one decimal place is 9.6. Now, in this example, I have another triangle and I have the three sides, side 12, side 15, and 25. Then I have only one angle, there is angle W. In this case, I cannot use sine rule. If I try to use sine rule, I said, okay, 12 over sine W is equal to 25 over what? Or 12 over sine W is equal to 15 over what? So I can't use sine rule for this one. What I will use for this one is cosine rule. Now, since side 12 faces angle W, I can use 12 square is equal to 25 square plus 15 square minus 2 multiplied by 25 multiplied by 15, then multiplied by cos W. Then 12 square is equal to 25 square plus 15 square. If I multiply 2 by 25 and 15, I have 750 cos W. Then I can rearrange by bringing minus 750 cos W to the other side and shift square 12 square to the left side. It will look like this. So I will have 750 cos W is equal to 25 square plus 15 square minus 12 square. So if I simplify further, I will have 750 cos W is equal to 706. Then I divide both sides by 750. Then I have cos W is equal to 706 over 750. So I can take cos to the other side, then it becomes W is equal to R cos of 706 over 750. And I told you here, I told you when I did trigonometry 1, you do on your calculator, you will press shift cos. It will give you that sign for R cos. Then in front, 706 divided by 750, then press equal sign. You will get 19.72, approximately 19.7. Now, I want to talk about area of triangle briefly. Now, in area of triangle, it is common that area of triangle is half base times height. But there are some things I want you to know about this half base times height. I want to explain. I don't want to overlook anything. Now, look at this triangle. Triangle has three components. We have horizontal line, which is the base. We have the vertical line, which is the height. And we have that slope, which I called hypotenuse. Call it that one slant height. Anytime you want to calculate the area of a triangle, it is half base times height, not half base times slant height, not half height times slant height. Is half base multiplied by the height, not slant height. And if you are given the slant height and the base, for example, let me say the slant height is 5 and the base is 3. You cannot say half 3 times 5. You need to use Pythagoras theorem to get the height. So use Pythagoras theorem for slant height of 5, base of 3, you get the height, you get 4. So the area of the triangle for that will be half 3 times 4, which is equal to 8. Another one, I want to tell you about area of triangle. Anytime you have a triangle that is not right angle triangle, this is how you find the area. Like I explained earlier on, we have angle ABC in capitals, then side ABC in small letter. Now, anytime you have this type of, we have any question that has to do with triangle and the triangle is not right angle triangle, what we do when you have this case, you can either have half AC sine B or half BC sine A or half AB sine C. You know the length, you know, between B and C, I have A. So when you do half BC, it will be sine A. Between A and C, I have B. If you do half AC sine B, and between A and B, I have C, you can do half AB sine C. Thus, so when you do half AB, that side A and B, you multiply together. Then the angle you must use is the angle C. When you are using half, you have A, you have C, the angle you must use is sine B. When you have B and you have C, the angle you must use is angle A. Anytime you are using this type of formula to calculate area of triangle. Then another one I would like to explain is anytime you have a triangle like this and you know all the sides, you know the side A, you know the side B, and you know the side C, use a formula known as Aaron's formula. You will first of all find S by adding A plus B plus C and divide by 2. That is your S. Then you use the formula square root of S bracket S minus A bracket close bracket open S minus B bracket close bracket open S minus C. By the time you multiply S minus A, S minus B, S minus C, and you find the square root, you get the area of the triangle straight. I want you to try as much as possible to lay your hand on many questions as this is concerned, and you'll be happy that you do, because by the time you try to attempt questions, you will know whether you really understand or not. And the beauty of this video is that you can watch it over and over again so that you get the salient point. Try to use it to do some calculations and you'll be happy that you do. Thank you.